Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Alright, tubers. Look at this jumbled up mess. Yeah, I gotta put this shredder back together. Because the front diff case came in finally. Front or rear, unit hardened diff case. This is the part number if you have a shredder and you need a new diff case. This is the whole diff case itself. The case and the diff inside. Hardened steel cups. $23 on eBay. You can't beat that price. People have asked me before, how do you shim the diff? Where do you shim the diff? So I figure I gotta pull this diff out, shim it, and put fresh fluid in it, because I don't know what's in there from the factory. So I figure I'll make a quick video of it and show you how to shim a diff. It's really simple. Not much to it. Let's get to it. Alright, tubers. All we gotta do is lift the cover off. I already took the screws out, so you can just lift the cover off. And you want to put a shim right there. You want to remove that pin and put a shim. Thank you for focusing, phone. And you want to put that gear back on and then put it back together. I'm surprised that gear fell off so easily. That usually doesn't happen. And I'll show you what shims to use. These are shims I got. You can get whatever shims you want. These are Goblin shims. And that's the part number. Goblin 500-570 HC228-X. S. It's the part number if you want these shims. Yeah, buddy, and these are the shims. So we'll put one shim behind that gear, and that should do it. Let me do this and put it back together, and I'll bring you right back to you. Yeah, buddy. Okay, I stuck the shim on there and put it back together. And you can see there's nothing but grease in there. I don't like that. What good's that going to do? Right? I got some 4,000. It's 4,000 weight. It's thin. But it's all you need for a front diff. You can put whatever weight you want. That's what I'm gonna fill it up with that. The grease, I'm going to wipe out some of that grease and so I can put as much of this diff oil in there. I mean, you could take it out and clean it out with cod cleaner if you wanted. I'm not going to bother. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I filled it with a 4,000 weight. I took the gears out and cleaned the grease out of there. I mean, I left the grease that's on that gear. No big deal, but I want to get as much of that grease out as I could so I can fit the silicone differential gear oil in there. Because you don't want grease. For $23, this is what you get. So this is what you got to do. Now it's ready to go back together. Okay, tubers, I had to take that back apart. If you have a brand new diff, I don't think you're going to want to shim it. You just want to shim used diffs. Because I shim my used diffs and they like the shim. But this brand new diff, it was too tight. When you shim it and put it back together, make sure you can turn the insides smoothly. So I'm going to put it together now. Alright, tubers, before you do put the case together, you want to put some sticky, gooey grease on there. That's going to stick to those gears. Because they don't put nothing in there. And if you don't put nothing in there, friction makes heat. If you add some kind of sticky grease, it'll lower the friction, reducing heat. And I am going to use Lucas oil stabilizer because this stuff is gooey and it'll stick to all those gears in there. So that's what I'm using. You use what you want to use. A lot of people use like high temperature brake grease, gear grease, any kind of grease you want to use. But I'm going to use some Lucas. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I poured some on the gears. And that's the bottom. I just poured a little in there so we can dip in it. Yeah, buddy. Let's get to it. And before you put that in there, turn your back wheels and see which way your drive shaft's turning. And make sure when you turn the wheels forward, and this turns in the way direction it's gonna, that this drive cups are gonna turn forward too. Because if you put that diff in upside down, one way or the other, you can reverse it and your wheels will be going the wrong way. You want the front wheels, the back wheels going the same way, obviously. Make sure that's what's going on before you throw it all together. I just checked, I had to turn mine around. Yeah, buddy. Alright guys, so I'm gonna cut this right here. So basically, the long story short, if you got a brand new shredder, I really don't think you need to shim them, because I added a shim to a brand new diff and it was hard to spin. And those shims are very thin. So I would say you only need to shim used diffs. And if your car's new, put 10 packs through it. And then you really should probably 10, 12 packs or so, and you should take them apart and probably put a shim in them at that point. Because they're going to wear and they're going to get space in there. These diffs in this car, I mean, they're okay, but they're not the greatest. And keep your eye out for bearings. If you get any bearings that are looking not so great, replace them. Don't say, it's good enough, because it won't be. So, in the long story short, you don't need to shim a brand new redcat diff. I don't care what anyone tells you. I just took a brand new diff and shimmed it, and it was too tight. So y'all stay confident but humble. Peace. Oh, but I should add that I did have to drill the 4 holes in the bottom of the diff case out because they weren't big enough for the screws. It's only plastic. You can just drill holes and you can get the screws to fit. If you have taps, then drill the holes out and tap the threads into them for the screws that fit in the bottom. It's these little ones here. It's in front of the camera. It's these. I think they're 4mm. It's a bevel head screw. These are the 4 that go in the bottom of the chassis and screw the diff case in. The holes that were drilled into it from factory were way too small, so I had to drill them out with a what size drill bit was that? Yeah, that's the drill bit that's missing. I used a 3mm drill bit, and then I tapped it out. I believe you could have went at 3.5, but with plastic, I'd rather stay on the small side. So yeah, y'all stay confident but humble. Peace. Tubers. What do you think that is? Huh? Huh? What do you think that is? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with RCs, and it can make them fly in the air. Yeah, buddy. I just built a ramp. Yeah, buddy. Let me show you the back. See the legs? Fold out legs. Legs fold out. Just finished it. I just finished welding it anyways. I gotta grind the welds down and paint it. But yeah, buddy. There's my short ramp. 44 inches wide and 32 inches long. Well, 32 inches tall that way. It stands about 2 to 2.5 feet tall. Yeah, buddy. We're going to get some air. Y'all stay confident but humble. Peace. Thank you, RC Guy Garage. Yeah, buddies. Look at the shirt. Get yourselves one. Peace.